Go.
All right, welcome to Cyrus Says on a Friday morning here. The show is live, but the 4 million people who watch it don't watch it live. Only 16 watch it live, my family included. Before I invite our lovely couple who's going to tell us what they're doing to make the world a better place, I just want to tell you a friend of mine, we have this COVID, as you all know, around us. A friend of mine has it. He's a stockbroker and his fever is 102. And I remember what he said last night. He told his wife, if it reaches 103, please sell. The stockbroker. So let's not get into that. Anil Nair and Pyali are suitably unimpressed with this terrible opening. And now we will go and introduce them. And let me tell you, firstly, they are Kulaba residents, which means we are of the same tribe. We live just a few kilometers away. I will now quickly go into, before I get into Kunto, let's just talk a little bit about the fact that before this whole thing started, Anil and Pyali, can you tell us very quickly, what were you doing just prior to this? Then we'll discuss the whole thing while Anil is fidgeting around to make it. Oh, he's gone into some rustic mode. He's now back somewhere in Ernakulam, enjoying his 45-acre farm. Or he's back in Colaba. Trust me,
No, no, we are back in Colaba, unfortunately.
yeah. Huh.
So, just before this, Cyrus, to answer you a little bit about myself, I have been a journalist and all my life, like over a decade, I have been into journalism, investigative journalism, mostly with economic papers. And
And
after
there's
that,
plenty of economic scams to investigate anyway, so I'm sure your hands were full. Huh.
yeah, so after that, I took a break because I also realized there are too much scams happening in India. So I took a break, went for my higher studies in London School of Economics, and from there I came back and joined an US-based consultancy firm called FTI Consulting as a director. So just prior to Kunto, I was working with them as a director, helping companies with their crisis management, communication, and public policy. Other than that, I also train CEOs on media handling, so to say, like media training for executives and CEOs. And just when the pandemic started, at the beginning of pandemic, my family met with a freak accident, and then we were finding it very difficult to find caregivers, and I had to take a back seat, and I realized that it's becoming too overwhelming managing work and a toddler at home and taking care of family members. So I took a break, and that's when Kunto was born. So I let Anil also speak,
Yeah,
otherwise
well, stop there
think
before
that.
we go into Kunto. I want to ask two more important questions. One is this your lucky headphones that you carry around everywhere you go when you're educating CEOs and making the world a happy place for corporate people?
No, this is my happy lucky charm. This is my daughter's headphone. I borrowed it from her, and I had to lock all the doors so that she doesn't kind of bomb this interview.
You will pay for that. You know that, right? You've taken your daughter's head.
I already ordered
There will be
cupcakes.
consequences which are much worse than this silly podcast that we're doing. Oops, ouch. All right, let's quickly descend to the world of Anil, who's your lovely husband. Normally you say lovely wife, only I will say lovely husband. And still being a heterosexual man, I question myself, but in the privacy of my own room. Anil, let's just get the picture before the Kunto starts. So now, obviously, Piali is highly educated, London School of Economics. You're under pressure here. She's got a job with a MNC and she's teaching CEOs, so she's reached a certain level. What were you doing? And it better be good.
So, Cyrus, my resume would read, what's Anil done the most is kick balls because I've played football all my
And yet, when I
life.
ask you about Chelsea and Liverpool, you weren't interested.
Only this season because I'm neck deep in something
Fair enough. Okay.
else. But
I've
I've
got
been
your
a
biodata with me, so I'm going to track everything you say. Go on, go on. Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
oh gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been a I believe I'm a, all round athlete. So I played
Okay.
football, Santosh Trophy for
You played Santosh
Gujarat.
Trophy?
Yeah,
You're that good?
I played with Santosh's trophy. So
So
I
I
probably
thought you'll
stole
say
it.
as long as you didn't play with Santosh's balls. That's I'm just worried about that. So
No,
you're a serious
we don't
footballer.
want to get there. Yes,
No,
yes, yes.
I thought you're like the typical Indian who tells me, I played in under 19 for my state and all, and then there's no, after that any. We'll Google you. We'll Google you. All right.
Right, right.
So
No,
serious
I'm not much
level
on Google.
sportsman.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
yeah, I was so serious sports person right from the start. Quickly moved to a lot of outdoors like climbing, indoor climbing, outdoor climbing. Moved on to copywriting for Mudra. Had a flair with
So
words.
you're a creative content editor that you just let that slip
Yes.
by. Well, you're telling you sound like one of those guys without a job. Otherwise, I'm climbing here, I'm climbing there. But Piyali, educate him how to present himself. This is not right. You're a creative content editor with. So you had a proper job and you had that. So you have two sides,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Of course.
So, and
I have
your
many
sport,
sites. Two of them are known to all.
don't you all? Huh?
Uh,
This is not that kind of podcast. Let's stick to two.
okay.
I'm watching Piyali's reactions. I get all the truth just from that.
I can't. I can just see you, and I think that's good enough.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry. Go on.
So, I've always had a writing flair. So, a friend of mine introduced me to into copywriting. So, did that a bit for a couple of agencies in Ahmedabad. Moved on to mainstream journalism because a friend of mine, I was in Pune, outside the Pune ashram, Osho ashram, selling robes to a lot of people.
Why? Stop. This is very interesting. Why we
So
also
that just
Osho's
happened.
ashram selling robes to people who are naked inside?
Because you have to wear clothes. So that was just an exploratory.
I
part
hope
of
that's
my
not where you
life.
met Piyali. Please tell me.
No. You're going far from the axis.
Piyali, what a
You're going
terrible
far
story.
from the
He went
axis.
to the ashram with a robe on, comes out with you and no robe. Just picturing it.
No, I was
God.
still in school at that time, so he would have been in jail.
He said offline, I was never going to betray him. He said not to mention it, Piyali. That's it. That's mean. That's mean.
I've lost track of what I did all my life so far.
All's fair in love and war. Sorry.
Right.
So, what is
so,
slacklining? What is the balance spot of slacklining?
So slacklining is a piece of webbing, like think of tightrope walking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a piece of webbing. You tie it from tree to tree, or pole to pole, or building to building,
Like a net?
or no, it's a thin rope. I'll show it to you in a bit. I have one in the
Okay.
living room.
Okay.
So you walk on it. You tie it to two ends, and you walk on it, and you do many things. You sit on it. You do handstands. Everything you can do.
You have a
on the-
harness?
only when you're on a high line between two buildings or two cliffs or two mountains or two hot air balloons, you're on a high line, on a harness for sure. But otherwise, you can do it safely anywhere.
Piyali, what do you
So-
think of all this adventure sports, adrenaline junkie stuff? Are you also part of that, or you just let him do his thing?
No, I'm also slightly part of that, but I'm not into slacklining and highlining. But yeah, that's one of the things that kind of drew me closer to him, I would say.
Wow. Really, I don't know how you guys enjoy these things. Every time you go up there, I mean, I would only be thinking, will I pee or not? I mean, God, really. No disrespect, Anil. Let's get back to your life. And before Kunto also, so at the moment, last year before the pandemic, what were you doing?
So I was with an American firm, helping them create content for a application that was created to improve the life of corporates, to drink water regularly, to take the stairs, be mindful about what you're eating, try and stay fit every day.
Acha.
So I was creating content for that. But during just before the lockdown, my daughter and I had a fall from a bicycle. My fault fall, obviously. And then I had dislocated my shoulder. We were home, lockdown, and boom, we thought, it's time to create something, because we were studying the market. We were seeing that kids were going through an anxious time. There wasn't enough available at one platform for kids to do fitness, stay dedicated towards themselves. And that's when Piyali said, hey, I think it's time we intervened and came up with a plan that's available to, everybody to stay fit. So that's what gave rise to Kunto. Of course, the sports, the idea of being attentive to oneself every day has, all these simple but doable ideologies are implemented in Kunto so that everybody can follow. Everybody can lead a healthy life. But I'll let Piali, if she wants to take the lead on discussing
Yeah, and
that.
before you just present the Kunto package to us, which is why we're here, tell us a little bit about your daughter, because I'm a great proponent of people who drink alcohol, for example, should then sell alcohol. We have a lot of people who are not connected to their business, a vegetarian who sells meat, or and I don't understand that. So I think it's great when you have in your presence this 24-hour, I won't call it problem, but 24-hour dilemma of how to keep her occupied, how to keep her happy, how to all these things. And I think because of that, the personal insight that you have, I think it's just the whole process becomes much more professional, and you invested much more in it. The intensity is much higher. So I think that's very important also. So now, if you could just tell us what role she plays and how the whole Kunto thing happened.
Wow,
Actually,
fine.
the whole Kunto thing, the genesis, it's from her only. So during the early
What's
days
her
of
name, Piali?
Ione.
I can't hear because of this drilling that's going on. The rich people in
Ione.
my Ione. Okay, sorry. Go on.
So after Anil's common name, we decided to keep a unique name.
You'll never let me forget that. All right. I apologize. I never meant it as common. It's not exactly common. I'm just saying that we have so many names which are similar. Okay, it's common. You're right. I waste my time.
Yeah, it's common.
So obviously, Anil, you should have told me don't waste time arguing with Piali. You'll come out second every time. Could have saved 20 minutes of this show. Sorry. So,
Right. So, when we were trying to, at that time, Anil had a full-time job with a corporate. I had a full-time job, and we were mostly on Zoom calls. And my daughter is very active and very mischievous. So I was really struggling to keep her meaningfully engaged. If I keep a YouTube video on, she'll inevitably click 20 other links and then come to me asking questions that what is this? And then either I'll be like totally embarrassed or clueless as to how to explain some Aak Mare or some other song to a 4-year-old.
what a
So
choice.
yeah, so she'll click anything, as the
Yeah, that's
things would pop up, and then she'll come up with some Hindi songs and lyrics, and she would ask, "Who is Sheila? What is this?"
how come
So
you got
then
all the worst Hindi songs in your repertoire here?
maybe because
Sheila Ki
Anil,
Jawani and Aankhe
yeah,
Mare.
maybe
I mean,
Anil played the playlist, so
what about old songs like Samne Wale, Khidki Mein, all which be quite vegetarian and nice? Yeah.
I
So
have to blame
Anil,
you
this is your list. Piali is letting out the secrets
Yes,
here. Huh?
70s.
Okay.
So that's when we realized that, there is not a safe place for kids to go and where parents can say that, okay, you stay here for 1 hour and you do these activities, you do play these games, and you listen to some music or something, some activities you watch or do an online class. So that's when we realized that, we really need to create something where we kind of focus on 3 pillars of fitness and wellness, not just physical activity. We wanted to focus on physical fitness because that's paramount important to both me and Anil, and also mental health, because post my pregnancy, I had gone through a lot of mental health issues like postpartum depression. So that's when I realized that depression is not a phase like people say that you watch a Shah Rukh Khan movie or have a tub of ice cream and you'll feel better.
Who
So it's,
said to watch a Shah Rukh Khan movie to get over depression?
I have no idea.
It must have been Shah
yeah.
Rukh Khan. Yeah.
Tag him to this.
So, that's when I realized that no, we really need to tackle mental health also for kids. And nutrition is an interconnected to both fitness and mental health. So you can't really have a fitness platform without addressing the other 2 pillars. And like a journalist, I was, and I've always been driven by data. So when before started Kunto, I started looking at numbers, and the numbers told a very grim story that if you want to believe the numbers, India has 15 million children who are obese, and we are housed to, we are housed to highest number of obese children just next to China, which is like alarming stats. And also going on to malnutrition, and there's also a trend of overnutrition which was there, where we realized that all the data shows that 1 out of 10 children are pre-diabetic, and these are 5 to 7-year-old kids we are talking about, and out of them 1% are already diabetic.
One,
So
two. Sorry.
sorry.
What is the statistic? 1 to 5.
No, 5 to 7 year old children,
Oh,
1 out of every 10 children, they are pre-diabetic.
okay, 10%. Okay, fair enough.
So, which is like a very scary number. And also, when we look at mental health, it's still a taboo. Grown-ups don't talk about mental health much, but for kids, it's all the more difficult to come out and talk about their feeling and emotions under such environment. And it's not a made-up number. Lancet study said 1 in 7 Indians suffer from mental health issues which needs intervention, and around 9.8 million kids needs have some kind of medical mental health issue which needs intervention but which are overlooked. In our country, the adolescent suicide rate is high. Kids don't know how to, they don't have coping mechanism, they don't know how to
Really, sorry to interrupt, but how do you know the kid is under stress? I mean, there's overt stress, you'll know. How do you know otherwise that the child is anxious, very anxious or stressed? What are the
So
signs?
there are telltale signs, Cyrus. As a parent, you also would have noticed there are times when your kid would be just defiant to anything that you say, or they will be absolutely, won't show any emotion. Like there's been a death in family, you would expect the kid to be very sensitive,
This
cry.
sounds more like my wife, but yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so they would absolutely be detached and devoid of emotion, or there will be very aggressive behavior.
So
Suddenly,
this
they
would
would.
happen in the pandemic with them sitting around doing nothing, not being able to meet their friends, etc. The defiance or the not opening up.
So this is really, you know, uh, I would say in January we did a beta launch for Kunto, and in January the calls that we were getting from parents were mostly around my kid has put on weight during the pandemic. How do you help them? How to make him fit? But suddenly in mid-February and March, we started getting call from parents that okay, he's unfit, but he has become very aggressive. One parent complained that the older brother has poked a hole in the younger brother's head with a pencil.
Oh,
That level of aggression. Another parent called and said that the child is showing signs of OCD. He's washing his hand continuously, non-stop, fearing germs. So these are the kind of complaints we also started getting. One of the parents said that the kid now refused to listen to any instruction, always locked in her room. So how do we deal with that? So this is the time when we also spoke to our mental health counselor who is associated with Kunto, trying to figure out why it's happening. So she also said that in this pandemic, the most overlooked aspect is mental health. People are so busy, firefighting and taking care of each other's health. Everyone is overlooking that what would be the impact on kids. And even if you look at your own home, terms like oxygen, hospital bed,
yeah.
oximeter, they shouldn't be in the
Too,
vocabulary
too
of
much
kids.
negativity. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, so kids are getting second-hand information. They are either listening to this news or
Also
from parents.
picking up the adult stress. Some adults are so paranoid and they're just passing on that bad body language. So what do you expect the kids to do? That's why I say we should exchange families. Sorry, I keep bringing down your movement. No, my point being, Anil, that the slightly more dynamic adults can go to other families and freelance in the sense of inspiring them to be a bit more positive and aggressive in the right way, not
Right.
retreat into their shell and all, which is happening at least around me. A lot of
No,
kids,
so
yeah.
unfortunately, Cyrus, even parents are not taught and parents are not aware that
Equipped.
what they are exhibiting is their stress. And that's mostly because, as kids, we were never told how to address our feelings, how to address our emotions. Even now, when we were talking to one of the investor, me and Anil were talking to, and when we said mental health, they were saying, why would kids need mental health? I mean, bullying, jhagda, ye sab, let them deal. Otherwise, how would they become strong? But that's
Hmm.
not what it is. Kids need support. Kids need that sensitivity and understanding that you value their emotion,
Also,
their
bullying and all
emotional.
is what we were slightly prepared for as parents, I would think. You thinking about it in a school environment or wherever, but sitting at home for what, nearly 1.5 years now, no one's prepared for that, and that's a whole different slew of problems that you're dealing with, right? As in
Right.
this subtle anxiety issues, which are not always so clear, but obviously the child is suffering.
Right.
So sorry, but can you tell us, so what is the platform? What are the options that we have on Kunto? What does one do? What can one explore?
So Anil, you want to explain that?
Yeah, Cyrus. So what we do, I mean, it's all deep, but we try and simplify things also. We just what we do is we for the physical fitness part, we have an international range of trainers. Some from the US, some from India, a Jamaican Zumba trainer. We've introduced fitness forms like capoeira and superhero fitness with a guy uh, who's uh, who's a stunt double in Marvel Studio as Spider-Man.
Wow.
We have a Broadway theater dancer who's teaching jazz and ballet. So people who are into the thing, as a full-time life, and they train kids and they also train grown-ups, but they know how to do it on video and what it takes, and of course do live sessions. There's a fantastic runner from Bombay called Aisha Billy Moria, who's
Yeah, very
the running
famous.
trainer. Yeah.
Godrej Bagh,
Uh,
about 5 feet from me. Yeah.
and these people who are very good with kids. So that's what we do. We start with 10 minutes fitness, encouraging every kid to do 10 minutes of workouts every day so that it slowly becomes a habit. It will only become a habit once you do anything every day. In nutrition, we don't try and give them any elaborate diet charts changing their eating style. We try and help them build a relationship with food. For example, one day we'll ask them to find out everything about a certain green vegetable, spinach, to understand where spinach grows, what it does to our nutritious system, what it does, and then try and prepare a dish one day at home along with your folks so that it becomes a community thing. In the mental health aspect, apart from knowing whether who's stressed out, who's going through whatever emotion, we try and give them mental activities where they're engaged with their parents or themselves or with society, like helping out grandparents, helping out someone else, doing an activity at home, holding your own clothes, and being mindful with oneself. This is all we do in Kunto. Of course, there's an expert panel of any kid who's facing an aggressive or
They can,
any kind of mental health issue. There are doctors who intervene, but
so can you
otherwise
have a one-on-one? Can a person talk to the doctor?
of course, because these are all one-on-one sessions only.
Right.
All of us are individual and separate. So for each kid, the plan is custom made because everybody does not need to lose weight. Some people need flexibility. Some people are horrible eaters, and parents keep telling us, please tell the kid to eat greens. But same thing we are going to tell, same things parents are saying, but we're just trying to help them build a relationship with food, which is not happening at home. So that's all we do. Yes, and it's all one-to-one, so that they feel safe in talking to the expert.
Speaking for myself, Anil, I just want love. I don't know if that's available now, but I may have to go back to Tinder. But
No.
there's an interesting.
We are not on Tinder, but we are here.
It's all love. It's all love. Well, it's a gratis platform. Or if I'm wrong, please correct me. It's free for everyone to come online. You just come online and participate, or is there a sort of a membership or whatever?
So there are two things, Cyrus, here. For Kunto is our business, which is a paid for platform where kids come, they register, and then we assign a Kunto buddy to them. That person would talk to them, understand what are their requirements, customize the plan, and if the person sees any red flag, he will ask the nutritionist or the psychologist who is on the panel to intervene and talk to the parents. So that's separate. And during this pandemic, we started a crowdsourced platform called the Pandemic Panda. The website will go live on Monday. That's a free platform because as parents, we realize that we can't really sit back and watch all this thing unfold. When we have an opportunity, a voice, and a platform, we should really use it to the full. So that's when we came and joined hands with other players. And some of them are our competitors as well. Like we've tied up with Fit Kids, we tied up with an NGO called Pocket Full of Sunshine. So we kind of, all of them came together and we formed a group, and also volunteers. Like my daughter goes to JB Petit, some of the mothers volunteered, and there's a wonderful doctor couple, Dr. Altamas and Manzar Sheikh, they also volunteered their time. So Pandemic Panda is a platform which is absolutely crowdsourced. It's a free platform. Kids can come there. You can think of it as a digital nanny created by parents. So there are athletes, our athletes have volunteered their time to take live classes. Our athletes have volunteered to create videos and put it up there. Fit Kids have put up their activities for free.
Ah, that's where I remember Fit Kids, birthday parties and all. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Banu, no? Banu the Bash. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And
and
Ishita.
Ishita, yes.
Yeah.
So
Aisha, there's an Aisha there also.
Ishita.
Ishita. Okay, sorry, Alzheimer's. I forget. Sorry to interrupt, but no, I don't get me wrong. I think it should be a paid-for platform in any case. Sometimes people just put things up, and there's no. I'm all for it. I'm a capitalist. That's not an issue whatsoever. But coming back, so can you give us a couple of examples of kids that have been helped, and what they did or how you sort of mentored them?
Right. Anil, you want to take the mentorship because he's the mentor on the platform.
Cyrus, I didn't get the question.
No, so just give us an example, perhaps, of someone who's. I think Pyali already mentioned about a couple of kids, but anger management issues or whatever, which were able to, help the child. If you can just give us an example or
It's
so.
still early days. It's just been 3 months we've launched. Kids are following the plan. I think there is a difference in in behavior. But honestly, it's a little still early to say. What I do know from the parents is that they definitely feel that when a child does all three things together, takes care of their body, knows what they're eating and eats diligently, and applies certain measures to stay calm and address a situation, the day is better than what it was without employing these methods. Now, how it has benefited, we'll actually get to know in some time only, but there definitely is behavioral change. They're doing things on their own. So the idea behind Kunto is a child take ownership of their life. And it's not impossible. It doesn't have to be till you and I get onto a job to take ownership. Ownership is what? Staying fit, eating right, being a good person as much as you can. In between, you can do all this by having a lot of fun and not being reckless, and that's what we are setting out to achieve.
So tell us then about the opinion of the most important person for you. What does your daughter think about everything? Is she a critic? Is she a fan? Do you discuss with her what's going on?
Oh, she's an integral part of selection of all the trainers.
Wow.
So every time we have a new trainer, we call her and we ask, how do you feel about this trainer? And if her reaction is, yay, I want to follow her, then we are like, okay, you're the person you're hired.
So now what this means is anyone you've dropped from your panel, your daughter's responsible. Huh? They're going to be very upset. How old is she?
We have not sent them the link to the podcast.
Oh, thank God. But soon it will be government prescribed. I've already got calls from Delhi. Please put your podcast on the air to distract the public from the pandemic. Okay, guys, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, talk more about this, and Silvery will join us with AMAs as well. But firstly, congratulations. I think it's fabulous what you're doing. These are not empty words. As a parent, I totally understand trying to entertain kids and hearing from other parents. I suppose the empathy level will be much stronger if you have young kids. But even then, I think the fact that you've looked at the other side of society, everybody's worried, and rightly so, about older people. But it's great that you trained your guns in the right direction. What a terrible metaphor to use. I'll take a quick break and we'll come back in a second. Our break is so short, Pyali, you can't even do your hair again. You can't even put your hands up. It's that short.
Oh God, I was just about to get up.
Okay, get up. Get up and come back faster.
I'll dig my nose in back.
Do that on the show, no? That we have something to talk about. Please. All right. Silvery, as we go into break, do we have a credit card?
Yes, we do.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay, let me involve our guests here. Pyali, you're going somewhere or you're staying?
No, I'm staying. If you have some cred or credit card, I smell money.
There you go. London School of Economics. Let's not forget. My father-in-law, who, sorry, he's not with us anymore, is also London School of Economics. Shudder to tell you all weren't in the same batch. Huh. Cred has made paying your credit card bills so much easier. And by just paying your bills on the Cred app, you could win some epic rewards, prizes, cashbacks, and lots more. It's just that simple. So don't miss out. Just download. And now we have to say it all together. Cred! Very good. And remember, I had not spoken to the Nayars about this before. They did this in one take, spontaneously. You can see the effort was like synchronized swimming. It's ballet, poetry, beautiful. And that's young Silvery, himself a toddler. Punjabi genes means at age 7 he had a beard, but other than that, this is a young man.
Cyrus, have you wished Anil on his birthday? Today's his birthday.
What are you saying?
A couple of times already.
No, I would love to. I would love to give him birthday bumps, but because of social distance, I think I should stay where I am.
Why is it?
Now you opened a can of worms. So, Piali, what present was given to the great husband today?
I told him I'm going to introduce you to Cyrus.
Okay.
I mean, he can't even return that. Do you understand? I mean, just put him a wallet or something which he could give back. This is terrible. You really upset him. Really, nothing special on his birthday in lockdown. I mean, what do you do?
Yeah. I'm a Bengali and he's a Manu, so we are like food lovers. So obviously we'll have a feast planned out, but it's just that doing anything during this time feels little not in place because so many of our family and friends are in Delhi and Kolkata, and every day I really am scared to answer calls or look at my phone these days.
And there's also one small thing you're not mentioning. Then we'll have to discuss how old he is today, because he says he's 48. Now, I'm not sure if he's 49 today, or because you tend to forget as you get older. So should we get into that splitting hairs situation? Yeah.
No, Cyrus, I would say that, I'm thankful that he graduated from 45, because throughout the time he dated me, he kept telling that he's 45-year-old.
Wow. Bro, that's a lot about you which we have to investigate. She's an investigative reporter. You be very careful.
Don't believe everything that you read and hear in print and see and podcast.
I worked with female VJs and models for about 10-15 years. None of them aged. Every year they remain 24. I became a father, grandfather. I'm dying here with one lung, and these guys are still 24. It's not fair. All right, let's get Silvery in before this becomes a domestic abuse case.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the AMAs. The first one comes in from Sridhar Bhupati, sorry. He says, hi Cyrus and team. Big fan of yours from MTV Bakra days. Would like to know from you, have you faced any mental health issues, and how did you overcome them? Because your wit has been such a stress buster for so many people. What about mental health issues? Have you had any?
I mean, he's being so nice to me, Mr. Bhupati. Let me just tell you firstly, I'm a big fan of Mahesh also in the old days, the Indian Express. But I just have to say, mental issues with me are paramount. Without that, I have no work. I always have mental issues, and I can't tell you, but the things that irritate me, Silvery, as you know, are not always, something that people identify with. So I don't like, I just mentioned to them, I want to really drive in Bombay right now because there are no cars. But everybody else is worried about, dying and living and oxygen, and also it sounds insensitive, so I don't bring it up. But I have all kinds of issues. The other day I realized I was just watching how all of us avoid each other in the building, not because of COVID. Nobody wants to actually talk. They rush into the lift when you're 10 feet away. They rush behind the stairs. And then I realized that's normal behavior in urban India. Everybody just avoids everybody. And then when they meet, they're so fake. It's like, beta, how nice to see you. Sab theek hai na? Mummy, daddy, theek hai? Everybody's okay. All this fake crap. And they don't even wait for the answer. He's walked off. Sab theek hai? He's gone. I'm like, no, they're all dead. No, he's gone. There's nobody there.
Like, Cyrus, have you ever sped up the lift if you know someone is coming? Instead of slowing it down? I have done that.
I hate to be a hypocrite. I totally do that. I pull the door fast. And sometimes it's just a 10-year-old girl or something. It's a harmless person. I just don't want to meet. I'm sorry, Piali. There have to be some shallow people left in the world for you guys to do work which is more profound. It balances us out. Yeah.
All right. Sure. Next one comes in from the plant-based foodie.
Sorry. Can you just ask the Nayars, although Piali keeps the surname Mandal for some reason, maybe because of the commission. Piali, did you guys have any mental, some story for yourself personally? Because everybody's got unique stories also, especially during pandemic. Please don't tell me marital issues and all that, because that doesn't count. That's here to stay.
So thankfully, thankfully, he has been a good partner in crime. So at least marital issue is out of the window. But yeah, mental health issues, I would say not during the pandemic, but yeah, after childbirth, I did face. But it was it only I could identify because my sister is a counselor. She's a registered counselor. So she pointed and asked me about the telltale signs. And she said, have you ever considered that it could be something else? So I would be a little irritated. I would feel sad some of the times and cry. So she would say that, no, it's not, don't beat yourself up. It could be just a postpartum depression and you need to talk. You need to talk and tell people, discuss, and you have to understand what you're going through. So that was my twist with mental health issues. So I do understand, like I said, that it's not as simple as you're feeling sad, so you're depressed.
Piyali, I'm so sorry, but I'm just thinking you're talking to three men about postpartum blues and post-pregnancy issues, and our empathy level is like, I'm just thinking, I made the mistake of telling my wife once when she was telling me about the same thing after our first child, and I just said, so it's hormonal, and she got so angry. And the beating I got was like went on for 40 minutes. So I've never used the word hormonal after that.
What's with men and talking about hormones and
exactly what she said. Exactly what she said. Like we've got this ridiculous. Actually, it's not even like a prejudice. It's almost like a simple mind, and they have their answer because men need simple answers to everything. Lock, key, open. It's like that. So our simple minds. I don't know if Anil is hiding now. Suddenly the camera is moving. He can't talk. He's off camera. Wi-Fi issue. But it's true, isn't it, Piyali, that we tend to say hormonal, and we say it in a very matter-of-fact way. It's hormonal. That really got my wife upset. I can imagine what it does to you. Yeah.
To Anil's credit, I think he was a little more sensitive and
or just smarter.
Yeah, he wanted to live longer. So
yeah, there you go. He loves his Bengali food, so he said, "Okay, I better watch it." Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Let's go back. Silvery.
All right, sure. The next one comes in from the plant-based foodie. That's the handle. They go, speaking of physical activities, how do you motivate a 12-year-old to do some chores?
Good question.
So on our platform, plant-based foodie. Yeah. So on our platform, what we try to do is when we create any plan, we try to figure out what is the incentive for the kid, what motivates them. Like for Cyrus, the motivation could be just talk and food. For you,
it could 12-year-old. That's what you all are missing is the slap on the face here. The idea is that me and the 12-year-old doing chores are in the same frame. Just because I said hormonal. Never say hormonal. Sorry.
Right. So for Antriksh, for you, it could be absolutely different. So we try to, like for one kid, we created a plan and we made it point-based. Like if he does some home chores, he gets to collect certain points, which he can later on redeem on our platform. So those are the things that we see, that what is the motivating factor for the kid to incentivize him for doing certain things. And if you do it for a certain number of days, suppose you are doing it for 1 month, it absolutely becomes a habit and part of you. Then after that, you don't need any incentive. You will be like, it's like brushing your teeth. You were told as a child to brush your teeth, and now you don't need to be told every morning that, oh, get up and brush your teeth. So like that, it becomes a habit. So initially, we just be a little sensitive to the kid, try and see what is the incentive for the kid, try and motivate him to do it for continuously for a month. And after that, then he's on his own.
It's I'll answer it also.
Sorry, you have to raise your mic a bit.
It's very simple, Silvery. I'll give you a proper example. My wife was sweeping and all, doing the saaf safai kaam because my mother is too old, even though I threw the rug at her. But my wife was nice enough to do it. And my son was really nice that way as a male, because he would lift his legs off the floor, which he never used to do when the actual saaf safai lady was working. So
why wouldn't he lift his legs if the saaf safai lady is working?
Because it's irritating. You've just put the match on, your legs are down, and then the lady comes just between your legs, not in a nice way, and then boom, 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 starts cleaning. So a lot of people don't like to lift their legs, but he did that. He was magnanimous enough at that point to lift it.
So, Cyrus, do you lift your legs?
Are you crazy? I just
See,
lie on
that's
my
where he
back.
gets it wrong. That's where he
My
gets
legs
it
never
wrong.
go down. I'm like a pregnant woman. I just stay where I am. But yeah, but Sylvia, you can tell Piali, he started cooking. For example, he's a bit older. He's not 12. He's 14. But he started cooking, and he's honed his cooking skills. He's got better and better, which is something which will always help him as he goes into life post pandemic, if he ever gets away from his mom and dad and lives alone. So which is a good skill, and he's helped at home by cooking. I used to clean the bartans and all that till I was told not to. Don't
Because
we
you were
won't get
cleaning
into
one side of the
that.
plate. Yes.
Please don't tell them all
The
that.
second side of the plate.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that? Yeah, okay. The jury's still out on that, all right? Because the back side, the bottom side is not used. It's wrong. It's just stupid. It's like when we're on television and they make us iron the back of the coat. The guy wastes time doing the back of the coat. They're only seeing us here. Who's seeing the back? There's no camera there. Okay, let's not digress. These are very sensitive issues which you're taking on, and then I'll spoil it with my stupid commentary. Silvery Bhai, what's the next one?
All right. Next one is Cyrus. You already kind of addressed this multiple times. The last time we'll talk about this on the show. Gayatri Ravi has asked Cyrus, please share your experience in LOL Amazon. Enjoyed it. We would love to see you more of your appearances on screen.
So the LOL, you guys know about this show? It's Laugh Out Loud. I suppose the timing was good for them also because, everybody wants to laugh and some silly show like that doesn't hurt. There's no Lena Dena on the show. It's not very intellectual for sure. But the whole idea is that you have to not laugh. And I had a super plan in place where I just kept as quiet as possible and stayed in the background because I realized I'm very gregarious. And if I talk a lot, I'm going to smile sooner or later. So everybody had to find a little area where they are safe that way. In fact, the introverted ones could be happy being extroverted because they tend not to laugh then. Because they're in their moment. But the more extroverted ones, I realized we have to tone down a little bit, otherwise we'll laugh. We just look at each other and laugh, but whatever. It was fun. There was a lot of touching which they didn't show, little pushing, shoving. But people think it's like Big Boss. It's nothing like Big Boss. We're all friends and it was all fun and there's a lot of, leg pulling, etc. off camera as well. So yeah, it was a good experience. And it was the first time I worked in 2020. Properly beyond that stupid show that I have to do every Thursday. It was great. Actually, everybody was. Can you imagine Indians being grateful? Everybody on the set, including the light guys and the spot guys, everybody was so happy they could work because they hadn't earned a rupee in 6 months. And that's so awful, actually, when you think about it, because especially for people who are daily wage earners and all, I mean, that's why I'm against lockdowns. I just cannot put my head around it, no matter what people say about pandemic. I just feel people should have the right to go out there and survive. Story for another day.
All right. Next one comes in from Pranay Gautam Paida. He says, any plans of moving to Hyderabad, your second hometown, as our CM assured there would be no lockdowns?
Yeah, well, I don't mind going there, but I have another CM. My mother-in-law is right there, so I'll go into the fire from the frying pan. Imagine me, the wife, and the mother-in-law. Now, oh God, really talk about, having no rights. And if I mention hormonal there, you'll never see me again. The body parts will be left in different parts of Telangana. They'll be deep in the interiors. No one will find them. Yeah, but I do. Hyderabad, just like Mumbai, unfortunately, has changed so much. The area where my mother-in-law is, Banjara Hills, Jubilee Hills, all these rich areas, they've become so populated. There's so much work going on. There's so much noise with the cars and all this before lockdown, of course, that it starts becoming like a mini Mumbai only. That whole feeling we had in the 90s when we used to go there, and Azharuddin's house was on one side, and you could see the lake, and it was beautiful. Now that towny feeling is gone, and it's just become another big city, and I don't know. I hate that about India. All the Pune has become a big city. Hyderabad has become a big city. Don't make me rant, Piali. Kolkata, I love. I hope you have some roots in Kolkata. I love Kolkata, not because TMC won. I won't talk about that. I'll leave that alone.
I am from Kolkata, born and brought up in Kolkata.
They've retained the charm. Kolkata's charm, when you go to Park Street and get the rolls, or, wherever the hell you go, there's that charm is there in the city, which is still there. I hope that doesn't change. So
Yeah.
I'll be talking to Mamta later.
What about Cochin and Trivandrum?
Oh, I've been to Kochi plenty of time. I'm a big fan of Kerala. Who doesn't like Kerala, for God's sake? You've got to. It's like a
God likes Kerala.
Huh?
Even God likes.
Yeah, God's own country there. But you got a lockdown. Finally, you got a lockdown. Yeah. And look at Vijay, and he was so sharp. He was amongst arguably the best CM during pandemic in terms of how he looked after Kerala and all that. And he's probably got a second term for the first time only because of his performance in pandemic. That is what everybody's saying, at least on ground to us. And 2 days later, he retains the CM and he locks down the country, the state. Fabulous. I thought that was great. All people thinking maybe we shouldn't have voted for him. Yeah. Uh,
Cyrus, after Shah Rukh, I think Mamta would be delighted to hear your views about Kolkata, and you could be the next ambassador for
Ali,
Kolkata.
I am a huge Kolkata fan. You can say people can say what they want. It's slow. There's strikes. That's all gone in any case. But there's a romance to that city, and there's a certain. I mean, look at that history of that city. It's beautiful, and I've had my most fun times there. And I got to tell you, Bengali people, when you hang out with them, I feel very happy. They're exuberant, they're loud, they're opinionated. Most of them never played any game, but you can talk football, cricket all day long. A guy's never picked up a bat, but he'll tell you atmosphere was there was too much wind, and therefore the right hander, the ball was leaving him and going towards second slip, and hence should have had three slips in a gully. The guy's never tied his shoelace, but you love the guy, because you never meet people. I could live in Calcutta happily. In fact, I'm looking for a Bengali wife. Or if you can just quietly, well, my wife's hormonal. If I could get,
Yeah.
it's the last words you'll ever say. Yeah, so I'm a big Cal fan. There's no question. Yeah, and everybody's a Kerala fan, so don't make it into a rivalry. Whether it's Kochi or anywhere, deep. We've been in the backwaters. We've been everywhere. But don't forget, I worked only for Malayalis. Okay, so we were sent to Kerala because they all want to go home. We had Alex Kurula, we had Vasant Valsar, we had Sajid, and so everybody wanted to go home at cost to company. So we all went to shoot something, and then there was Malaika. We used to call it Malayali TV. I don't know if you guys remember, because we had so many Malus at one time that we used to call it Malayali TV. From top to bottom, there were like 25 Malayalis, and they would break into Malayalam in the middle. Sorry,
production and media in India wouldn't survive without Bengalis, Malayalis.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Yeah. What have you Punjabis done, Silvery? What the hell have you done?
Yeah, we take full responsibility. All right. Next one comes in from Neha L. She asks, Cyrus, your podcast is one of the things keeping me sane and happy in these times. Question to all panelists. What have you been doing to stay happy right now?
Oh, I don't think I should talk about that on air. It's still disgusting. And I do too much of that, and I apologize. But Anil hasn't spoken for half an hour. Let him say something. I hope it's something different.
I mean, what do we do to stay happy?
Yep.
Is there something that makes you, or relieves you? Okay, these are all wrong words. Therapeutic sort of. I don't know. Like in the old days, you just say reading, for example, which is a forgotten sport.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of things. I slackline indoors heavily too. And so that's one thing. I think time spent with Ayuni is just I'm in another planet, I think family and my slacklining is what keeps me happiest.
But is there anything you look forward to lift your mood, to elevate your mood? Like if you're a sports fan, you look forward to a match. I mean, I'm just thinking from my head, but is there something that, the positive reinforcement in your head, Ki, this is there, beyond family, of course?
I mean, the world outside? I don't know. I'm not trying to think too much about because I don't know how things are going to pan out, and I'm about managing my expectations. So I don't keep it too high. If it doesn't work out, nothing, I don't dive into this thing. So
is he really Zen-like, Piali? Is he really the Zen-like guy that he appears to be on camera?
Oh, yes, totally.
Yes. Okay, so what we see is what we get.
My anger management gets a little easier because I can just say absolutely anything, and then I realize that he's still the Zen monk sitting there.
So he's the cool one, and you're the one who's a little more impulsive and let out the steam from time to time, is it?
Yes.
See, Silvery, how we get them to talk?
Yeah.
5 minutes और देना मेरे को. I'll get everything.
I think you will get a lot of requests from couples now to have them on the show.
I love talking to couples because without knowing it, you're going away from your own problems. You listen to
Does
them.
Does that include Kapil Dev?
Oh, I love Kapil Dev. But nicely put. Kapil Dev da jawab nahi. So.
Have you ever met him? Kapil
Yeah,
Dev?
interviewed him also.
Oh, wow.
Upset him also. Apparently, when we did a lampoon of him on the show, and Rajdeep asked me to call, and we spoke to him also, and he was very sweet. He said, okay, we just got a little offended. Because his Hindi, actually, although it's very good, is also, it's a lot of female intonations, if you ever hear him talk. I think that's the Delhi way. I always pick up everything. They're not sure. They put everything on
karegi,
Gaadi se jayegi, wahan se aayegi. They do that a lot, So if you're very correct, not that I am, but you pick it up something that's not right. If you go to UP, it'll be completely balanced, the conversation.
Yeah.
So that was there. So I think we just did that. And I don't know. So soft target, big guy, great guy. So unnecessary. Happily said sorry, touched his feet.
Okay, well,
For my generation, what a guy. I mean, what can you say? Really,
yeah.
I mean, all the happiness he gave us, and then you smart aleck tried to put him down because of some stupid interview. Anyway,
All
we'll
right.
pay for our crimes. I'll go to a vegetarian paradise. I was just thinking, heaven has to be vegetarian. You can't kill there. Oof. Piali, what will we Bengalis do?
Or you
Yogi
can kill all you
Adityanath-
want.
Survive
Yogi
in
Adit-
heaven.
Sorry,
How would the Bengalis survive in heaven?
that's what I'm
without all-
saying. Yogi Adityanath, India's greatest statesman, came to Bengal and promised them vegetarian Bengal, and BJP expected to win.
No, if you look at it, Cyrus, all the fish-eating
Can you
states,
believe it? Yeah.
have voted
Oh, let's see.
sanity. I don't want to make a political statement, but I think you got the
Wow.
whiff.
What a superb statement. I got to investigate this. So that'll be Bengal, Odisha, then Andhra, I suppose the coast,
Kerala.
Maharashtra, Kerala. Oh, there you go. Wow. Oof. Good. Piali, you're wasting your time. Don't help the world. Just predict the future. That's where the money really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So fish have rejected the center's philosophy. Okay. Let's go back.
Sure.
Next.
Next one comes in from Tarun Kaushik. He asks, Cyrus, do you think the new generation of kids are learning things too fast? Kids 12-year-old are talking about communalism and feminism, etc., etc. Not that they shouldn't, but they are too young. Is it the internet?
Yeah, that sense of innocence, I suppose. Let these guys answer because they are really the professionals now
Yeah.
in this space. We lose our innocence much faster this generation. I mean, you're talking about your own daughter. Learning faster has its own negative drawbacks that they're not children for long.
I'll take that first. Yes, Cyrus, and that's why. See, and there's no going back. The way technology is going ahead, there's no going back. People like Elon Musk and Musk Melon, these guys are
The man on the moon.
the man. They're going to put people on the moon and then Mars, and so things from here are just going to accelerate. So what kids and people and parents should remember is, what am I going to do? How much can my body and mind take this? Can I slow down a bit? So that's something that we are also trying to inculcate and try and tell kids, be it, no matter what. I don't want to tell kids that you're going to be slaves of technology. That's harsh, but the fact is they're going to be heavily dependent on all this. Be it school bullying might release, but trolls and internet digital bullying is going to continue and probably enhance. It's going to be holograms, things that you can't even imagine right now or can imagine. So one has to recognize that you can't be dealing with new age, futuristic or upcoming issues in all the old style ways. You have to have new interventions also. So be it a digital platform like Kunto or some other way to keep your head on shoulders with less dandruff and slow things down so that you are in that position where when things become tough in common, you're handling it and you're not helter skelter or running from pillar to post.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, what can we say? The world changes, right? The old order changeth. Tennyson, India's greatest poet. So this is it. This is the new. We can't compare, I suppose, right? I mean, I don't think I would use bad language at 7, 8, 9, but I can hear kids, picking up everything really early. Right up to Silvery's generation, I think it was okay. But now 7, 8, 9, because it's all there. You try and shut it down on your personal computer or whatever.
Yeah.
They're still going to get it on the phone or somebody else's. And so I think the best you can do is just try and educate people because you can't really control. It's not
Yeah.
China, not yet.
It's like as parents, what best we can do is create that awareness, tell the kids that this is what it is, and if they have questions, answer it. Other than trying to just say that it's not your age to talk about it.
No, and
So-
funnily, Piali, sorry to interrupt, but also we used to think about sex and drugs as the issues. Let's not deal with that at this age. It's more what she mentioned in the thing about communalism, casteism, polarizing. Certain issues. Pandemic. You guys mentioned the pandemic about oxygen, this, that, and the other. All these stories floating around in their head. It kills the innocence suddenly. The world becomes really dark, ugly, murky, and we don't allow children to drink. As far as I know, no, right, Silvery?
Yeah.
So
Not
how do
yet.
they cope?
Sadly, no.
Yeah. Don't say sadly.
Yeah.
There's flippant and there's stupid. Yeah.
So if so they're talking about, you said communalism and feminism. If
Yeah.
there was an ism that you had to teach kids to be better prepared, what would it be? I think like you should tell them about capitalism or about consumerism. That tell them that this is
I
what
would
they want you
just-
to do.
No, I would say,
One-ism.
can I use bad words? I
Yes,
would
yes.
teach them F-offism. Very important. How to just go away. People just stay too long in places. You know, that's half the problem in the whole world.
Hmm.
Just time yourself so you leave at the right time. Lingering at the wrong time causes all kinds of problems. And I don't just mean in marriages and things like that, but in every relationship. So I wish people know when to just stop and out. Piali agrees with me or she thinks I'm a moron, but either way, she's okay. After the hormonal comment, I'm never going to be called for a Bengali lunch to their house in Kulaba, which is 15 minutes away right now.
Sorry,
I literally,
Anil was saying something. Sorry.
Anil was just saying, what am I doing on this podcast? And I'll never come here again. And that I'm only 38 years old. He's decided, after thinking about it, to come open and clean. Anil, you were saying something?
Okay, cool.
Okay. Can we squeeze one last one? What is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, this one is just a comment. AM has said, you put the title as Anil and Priya Nair, but isn't she Priya Mandal? Need to check with the guest how they would like to be addressed.
No,
Sorry
this,
about that.
before Piali answers this, we have to quickly.
Cyrus, you
Huh?
did that. You
What did I do?
did that.
What
You
did I do?
put- You changed my name.
No.
No.
We advertised it as. No, but listen, I have a daughter, so I've also, I don't know. I honestly think it's wrong to have the husband's name. I discussed that with my wife in the sense that, no, I really think because from there only you impart as a chauvinistic sort of world, you know, the fact that you're a Nair and that's it. And considering when we were growing up, the Malu Nairs we were told were the most matriarchal, but of course that's another figment of our imagination as we learn more about Malu society, again for another day. But so I just think, don't you think, Piali, you have a daughter? Don't you think that the identity of the daughter should not be lost? Her original identity. Why should it become that guy's identity? So at least it should be both the surnames, is what I say.
No, so what I feel is the whole idea of surname is very archaic and it shouldn't be used. Like, you know, when you hear a surname, you start judging the people even before you meet them.
True.
Like if you hear Nair, you would imagine the backwater.
Caste, community, all that. Yeah.
And Anil has not spent as much years in Kerala. So people would still think that he has his roots in Kerala and he must be swimming in the backwaters. And when they hear my name, Piali, it's so obvious that they'll
We're
start
so
im-
cliched, really.
yeah. So, you know, it's really not necessary. Like name, you have a name, it's okay. You are not a plant species that you need a specific name, a generic name. So you can go by Piali is my identity. I can go by the name Piali. And when Ione was born, I was totally against any surname. But it so happened that in certain countries, they don't accept only your first name. Like in UK, if my daughter has to travel, her name in the passport would be changed to Ione if I don't put any surname.
Oh,
Or they will put Ione 1, 2, something like that.
double irony. If you put an
Yeah.
R there, double irony. Wow. But
Yeah,
Anil
so-
is saying nothing, by the way. So obviously his views may be held for a later podcast and Piali is not on it. No, I understand there's a pride. It's your daughter, your bloodline, blah, blah, blah. There's also that little bit. But sometimes I just think from an egalitarian point of view and so-called equality, etc., having a daughter of my own, I wouldn't want her to lose her name, whatever the name was, to a full name and then become, supposing she marries a Verma, she shouldn't become like a Maya Verma. I mean, I just think she should still be who she is and be who she becomes.
And it has to be a personal choice. It's like some women
True.
feel more empowered if they take or they had certain, beliefs. So I think the choice should be there. Choice is empowerment. Let the woman decide what she wants. If your daughter
But this first name which you run with Ione is going to be tough. Except for Elvis and Bappy, nobody else is known by their first name. Everybody, even big celebrities, you're going to say Michael Jordan. I mean, that's a huge name. Or Sachin Tendulkar, you can't,
Govinda.
go. Okay, three. We've got three greats. And I'm glad you put Elvis and Govinda side by side
Of
with
course.
Bappy in the middle. He represents both parties.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Last one.
Yeah, last
Comes in from Aritra Majumdar. She says, AMA Cyrus, you are becoming Joe Rogan of India. Any plans to go bald like your friend Suresh Menon? LOL rocks.
Suresh Menon, that rascal. We have to get him on the podcast, bro.
Yes.
Anyway, Joe Rogan, 100 million, huh? Please. Until we get 100 million, nobody ever call us Joe Rogan. Because we're not even Garibo ka Joe Rogan. Because that you'll be like 20 million or 10 million. I mean, really, that's so hilarious. Yeah. So Suresh is bald. Unfortunately, I think it's purely genetics. At one point, he decided, as most men do, that this half look doesn't work, and they go for the full bald look. Uh,
Kojak.
Kojak. He says girls love it, but I've never seen him with any girl, so I don't know. You know, he's happily married
But
to the
does
same
he-
wife for.
Does he
years.
wear that wig around, or does he just go around bald?
I've stopped drinking, but we've drunk a few times in the old days. He carries bloody wigs with him in the car. And he really thinks we're going to pick up chicks this way. Put that stupid wig on. We get drunk. We're standing at the bar at some party, and he's doing his eyebrows and his faces. All very funny. But which girl is going to hang out with you? And subject to that, the whole group goes down with the Titanic. Yeah, but he's a crazy guy. He's so much fun. Yeah. What can I tell you? On LOL, he was my biggest worry always because we are almost in love. I look at him, I want to laugh. He looks at me, we want to laugh. It's one of those, he's that partner in the class guy that you don't, he's just going to crack up because you have inside jokes which only we understand. Telepathy. I wish women would understand us like men, Anil. And Piali is taking off the headphone. All good, Piali?
Yes, yes.
After the way Mamta beat up everybody in Bengal in terms of political, nobody touch tanker with a Bengali woman for the next few months. The most ferocious of all our people. That's clear. All right, guys. Listen, I think we've run out of time. Thank God. So this pain is over for you. But thank you for being on the show. And
Before you wrap it up, I just want to
On
put
Kunto.
out one thing. Not on Kunto, about Pandemic Panda and the platform we are creating. So you have a platform, you have a voice through our platform. It's a free platform, it's a crowdsourced platform. We are trying to reach as many children as possible. And we are encouraging any content creator, anyone with any skill who can entertain kids or take a class for kids for free to come on board and do that. These are challenging times, and in whatever way we can help each other or create a better or you know create a better world for everyone, let's just do it. And humor is the best medicine, and you have it
But
up your
Piali, my wife's friends say, please don't leave him alone with the kids. I'm just warning you right now. They've always checked. They always feel that I'm immature and not able to look after children, and that in fact, they always then contact the kids directly and not me when I'm alone with the kids. It's quite, but it's a challenge. I'll do what I can, whatever you want us to do. No worries. It's a noble mission, and the kids and animals are the only things that I am okay to help. Please don't ask me to help adult Indian males. I hate that lot. Can't bear them.
even
Silvi,
we are not
you're still a juvenile, and Anil the decades keep dropping. 27 yesterday.
Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button, yeah. It's okay, it's cool, yeah. All good. Okay, one last thing as we end. So, what was the letter you wrote to Loveline back in the day, 20 years ago, from your school? Do you remember?
I don't even remember, but I just remember that in school we drew a nude girl on the cover of the letter, because before that we sent 3 letters to you and you never read it. So that time we thought that no, we have to make it more dramatic.
They bribed the
exactly.
creep. They said, this is a creepy man, just bribe him. But let me explain to you, Piali. I don't even see the letters. The producer decides everything. There's a group that decides everything, and then they edit it and give us what we get. Yeah, sometimes Malaika or Sophie would interfere a little bit, but not me. Sorry?
He must have kept that letter.
I have that picture framed behind me. You can see it. Yeah, but what a smart thing to do, actually, because obviously it turned somebody's head. And
Definitely grab his attention. Yeah.
because we read it, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Good work, good work. But now we are more interested in sketches of old men naked. If you know anybody, and people are bored, just go out there. No, you're the youngest man we know, Mr. Kolaba. All right, guys. Piali and Anil, thank you so much. Silvery, it's time for us to say bye and get on with our boring lives. I'll leave you with my wave.
Thank you, Cyrus.